I hope you're doing well. This will be a quick tutorial about how I created a cloud shader inside Blender Eevee. So we're gonna go to the shading tab just to look at what's going on. Let me turn on this and I'll show you quickly. So this is the node setup I ended up using. For the world, I used the principal volume within my HDRI and just plug everything where it should be, volume with volume, the HDRI, the surface. Now, so what I did here, this node setup isn't originally mine. This is created by a YouTuber called Naeem, I believe. I'll link his channel in the description, but I just wanted to share this very quickly. So what we have here is a principal volume. We start off with a principal volume. Okay, actually let me just erase this thing. Let's start from scratch. Just we have a simple cube with a volume connected to the volume. Right here in the rendering tab, I have turned on ambient occlusion, and in the volumetrics tab I have my tile size up to 8 pixels, just so I can work with no issues. But when you're rendering, you can put it like 2 pixels. It gives more resolution and better results overall. I'm working with 32 samples in the volumetric shadows. You have to have volumetric shadows enabled and lighting enabled. So starting from here, what we're gonna do is add a principled BSDF, no volume, principled BSDF. So just to see what's happening, I'm gonna plug this principled BSDF to the surface. I'm gonna unplug this. I'm gonna add a separate XYZ. So we put it here. I have Node Wrangler enabled, so I press Ctrl T and I just delete this image texture, plug the vector with the vector. Okay. So let me add just this. Okay. Let me add the color ramp. Just control. No vertex color ramp. Color ramp. Just to see what's happening here. You can see this. Okay. So let me add noise texture. Sorry, it's a vector math. And we're gonna add here this to here, this to here. Okay, so we have noise. As you can see, we have everything is a little bit noisy, and you can control this with the color ramp. Okay, so this is gonna be for the x-axis. So what you want to do is basically copy this setup, but for every axis, just for y-axis and for z-axis. So now that you see what's going on, I'm gonna plug everything to my volume shader. I'm gonna plug this to density, and we should have noise like this, as you can see. So you can, you can control it with the color ramp. So essentially this is the main setup for the clouds. You can mess up with the noise. You can do different types of clouds, the scale, just bump up the detail. You can use different textures like Musgrave, I think, also works. Let me just check if we put a Musgrave texture here. So yeah, you can do also clouds like this, although I think it will be better if you combine, if you can try a combination of different noise setups, and yeah, you can mess around with all the values, and that's pretty much it. You just have to recreate this for every axis. So for the y-axis, you're gonna grab, so this, I forgot to mention, this should be generated, not eevee, should be generated. So you have this, so that's that. So do everything but for the y-axis and the z-axis, and then just with some mix shaders you can add everything together to the principal volume. As I said, I'm gonna link the original creator for this node setup in the description. So if you want to achieve the same results, just follow his tutorial. He explains everything from start to finish. I just went in and messed up with the values and changed some things, but you can follow his stuff. He's great, and I'm gonna be posting more tutorials and more beginner stuff. So I consider myself also a beginner. I have 9 months, almost 10 months using Blender. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you can take something from it. See you in the next one.